Hello, and welcome to our journey into the world of American modern design. Over the next several chapters, we'll explore every facet of this iconic style, empowering you to transform your house into a home that is not only beautiful and functional but also a true reflection of a celebrated design movement. In this first chapter, we lay the groundwork. What exactly is American modern? Where did it come from? And why does it continue to captivate homeowners and designers alike, decades after its inception? Let's delve into the heart of this influential style and uncover the principles that make it so enduringly appealing. To truly appreciate American modern design, we must first take a step back in time. Imagine the United States in the mid-20th century, a period of immense change and optimism. The nation was emerging from the shadows of war, and with this newfound peace came a surge of innovation, a burgeoning middle class, and a collective desire for a new way of living. People were moving to the suburbs, building new homes, and looking for a style that reflected their forward-thinking aspirations. They wanted to break free from the ornate, heavy styles of the past and embrace something that felt fresh, clean, and quintessentially American. This is where American modern design finds its roots. It wasn't born in a vacuum. It was a direct response to the social and technological shifts of the era. It drew inspiration from the European Bauhaus movement, which championed the idea that form should follow function. However, American designers infused this philosophy with a distinctly American sensibility. They embraced natural materials, a more relaxed and informal approach to living, and a deep connection to the surrounding landscape. The result was a style that was both sophisticated and unpretentious, innovative yet deeply comfortable. At its core, American modern design is guided by a set of powerful principles. The first and perhaps most important is simplicity. This isn't about stark minimalism, but rather a deliberate and thoughtful approach to design. It's about stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on clean lines, uncluttered spaces, and a sense of order. Think of a room where every object has a purpose and a place, where there is a feeling of calm and serenity. This is the essence of American modern simplicity. It's about creating visual breathing room, allowing the key elements of your space to truly shine without being overwhelmed by clutter. This philosophy encourages a more intentional way of living, where you surround yourself only with things that are both beautiful and useful. Next, we have a profound respect for natural materials. Wood, in all its glorious forms, takes center stage. Think of the warm glow of teak, the rich grain of walnut, and the pale elegance of birch. These woods were often used in their natural state, with clear finishes that allowed their inherent beauty to shine through. Stone, leather, and natural fibers like cotton and wool also played a crucial role, adding texture and warmth to the clean, modern aesthetic. This connection to nature was a way of bringing the outdoors in, a theme we will explore in greater detail in a later chapter. The use of these organic materials creates a sense of grounding and authenticity, a tactile experience that synthetic materials often lack. It's a celebration of the imperfect and the natural, adding character and soul to a home. Another defining characteristic of American modern design is the concept of the open floor plan. This was a revolutionary idea at the time. Instead of a series of small, enclosed rooms, American modern homes celebrated a more fluid and interconnected way of living. The kitchen flowed into the dining area, which in turn opened up to the living room. This not only created a sense of spaciousness but also fostered a more social and informal lifestyle, perfect for the modern American family. This architectural choice broke down physical and social barriers within the home, encouraging family members to interact more freely. It transformed the home from a collection of separate compartments into a unified, harmonious living space. Functionality is the bedrock upon which American modern design is built. Every piece of furniture, every architectural detail, was designed with a specific purpose in mind. There was no room for frivolous ornamentation. Instead, beauty was found in the elegant efficiency of the design itself. This is why you'll see so many multifunctional pieces from this era, like storage that doubles as a room divider or coffee tables with hidden compartments. It was all about making life easier and more efficient, without sacrificing style. This pragmatic approach ensures that your home is not just a showpiece, but a comfortable and practical environment for everyday living. Every element earns its place by serving a clear function. Let's talk about the iconic furniture that has come to define this style. Designers like Charles and Ray Eames, Eero Saarinen, and George Nelson became household names, creating pieces that are still celebrated as masterpieces of modern design. Think of the Eames lounge chair, a perfect marriage of comfort and sophistication. Or Saarinen's tulip table, with its single graceful pedestal that eliminated the slum of legs. These were not just pieces of furniture, they were works of art, designed for a new way of living. They utilized new materials and manufacturing techniques, like molded plywood and fiberglass, to create organic, sculptural forms that were both beautiful and incredibly comfortable. These pieces are investments in both style and history. The color palette of American modern design is another key element. While it is often associated with a neutral base of whites, creams, and grays, it is by no means devoid of color. Pops of bold, optimistic hues like burnt orange, avocado green, and mustard yellow were often used as accents, adding a playful and dynamic energy to the space. These colors were often drawn from nature, further reinforcing the connection to the outdoors. The strategic use of accent colors prevents the neutral palette from feeling sterile, injecting personality and visual interest into the room. It's a balanced approach that feels both calming and invigorating. Finally, a deep appreciation for natural light is a hallmark of the American modern home. Large, expansive windows, often without heavy drapery, were used to flood the interior with sunlight and to blur the lines between inside and out. This not only made the spaces feel larger and more airy, but also created a constantly changing interplay of light and shadow throughout the day. This emphasis on natural light fosters a connection with the daily and seasonal rhythms of the outdoors, promoting a sense of well-being and openness. It makes the home feel alive and responsive to its environment. As we conclude this first chapter, I want you to hold on to these core concepts: simplicity, natural materials, open living, functionality, iconic furniture, a thoughtful color palette, and an abundance of natural light. These are the foundational pillars of American modern design. In the chapters to come, we will build upon this foundation, exploring each of these elements in much greater detail. We'll provide you with practical tips and actionable advice on how to incorporate this timeless style into your own home, regardless of its size or architectural style. We'll look at specific rooms, from the living room to the bedroom, and discuss how to apply these principles to create spaces that are both beautiful and a true joy to live in. So, join us next time as we begin our deep dive into creating the perfect American modern living room. Until then, start observing your own space and imagine the possibilities. Welcome back to our series on styling your home in an American modern design. In our first chapter, we laid the foundation, exploring the core principles of simplicity, functionality, and a connection to nature that define this timeless style. Now, we're going to put those principles into practice, starting with the heart of the home, the living room. The American modern living room is more than just a place to watch television. It's a carefully curated space designed for relaxation, conversation, and connection. It's a showcase of clean lines, iconic forms, and unparalleled comfort. Let's begin with the layout. As we discussed, the open floor plan is a hallmark of this era. Your living room should feel airy, inviting, and uncluttered. The key is to arrange your furniture to promote flow and conversation. Resist the urge to push everything up against the walls. Instead, try floating your sofa and chairs in the center of the room, creating distinct conversational zones. This arrangement makes a space feel more intimate and dynamic. Use a large area rug to anchor the main seating group. A rug with a subtle geometric pattern or a rich, solid texture can define the living space within a larger open-plan area, creating a cozy and unified feel without the need for walls. Now, let's talk about the stars of the show, the furniture. The quintessential American modern sofa is a study in understated elegance. Look for pieces with a low profile, clean, straight lines, and exposed legs, often made of wood and tapered for a lighter feel. This elevation off the floor creates a sense of spaciousness. Upholstery is typically kept simple, in solid neutral tones like gray, beige, or charcoal, or in textured fabrics like tweed or boucle. The goal is a sofa that is comfortable and inviting, but structurally clean and architecturally sound. While the sofa provides a neutral anchor, the accent chairs are where you can truly express the personality of the style. This is your opportunity to introduce an iconic, sculptural form. Think of the legendary Eames lounge chair and ottoman, a masterpiece of molded plywood and supple leather that exudes sophisticated comfort. Or consider a womb chair by Eero Saarinen, designed to be a piece you can curl up in. You don't need to purchase an expensive original. Instead, look for pieces inspired by these forms. Seek out chairs with organic curves, interesting material combinations like wood and leather, or a sculptural metal frame. These chairs act as functional art, adding a major style statement to your room. No American modern living room is complete without the perfect coffee table. Forget bulky, heavy pieces. Here, you want something that feels light and visually interesting. Tables made from warm woods like walnut or teak are a classic choice. Look for unique shapes, like the kidney or boomerang tables that were popular during the era, or a simple, elegant rectangle with clean lines. A glass top with a wooden or metal base is another excellent option, as it maintains an open, airy feeling. Functionality is also key. Consider nesting tables that can be moved around as needed, or a table with a lower shelf for storing books and magazines, keeping the main surface clear. For storage, the credenza or sideboard is an absolute icon of the period. These long, low pieces are incredibly versatile. Placed against a wall, a beautiful walnut or teak credenza serves as a media console, a place to store records and books, and a surface to display art, plants, and curated objects. Look for details like sliding doors, minimalist hardware or integrated handles, and the signature tapered legs. A credenza is not just storage, it's a significant piece of furniture that grounds the room and provides a strong horizontal line, enhancing the sense of calm and order. Lighting plays a crucial role in setting the mood. An American modern living room should have layered lighting. Start with a statement piece. A sculptural arc lamp, gracefully extending over the sofa, is a classic choice that provides light without requiring a ceiling fixture right above. Alternatively, a pendant light with a simple drum shade or a Sputnik-style chandelier can serve as a stunning focal point. Next, add task lighting with table and floor lamps. Look for lamps with simple bases made of ceramic, wood, or metal, topped with clean, unfussy drum shades. These provide focused light for reading while contributing to the overall aesthetic. Finally, let's bring it all together with color and accessories. Your wall should serve as a quiet, neutral backdrop. Think shades of white, warm gray, or even a soft beige. This allows your furniture and art to take center stage. Bring in those classic mid-century accent colors, burnt orange, olive green, teal, or mustard yellow, through your accessories. A few throw pillows with a bold geometric print, a cozy will throw blanket draped over a chair, or a large piece of abstract art can inject vibrant energy into the space. Remember the principle of simplicity. Accessorize with intention. A few well-chosen pieces, like a collection of ceramic vases or a sculptural object on the coffee table, will have a much greater impact than a room full of clutter. And don't forget greenery. Plants in simple, modern pots bring life, color, and an organic element into the room, reinforcing that essential connection to nature. In creating your American modern living room, the goal is balance, a balance between straight lines and organic curves, neutral tones and bold accents, style and everyday comfort. It is a space designed for living in, a testament to the idea that good design can and should enhance our daily lives. Join us in the next chapter, where we will carry these principles into the dining room, creating a space that is perfect for everything from casual family meals to elegant dinner parties. Hello and welcome back. In our last chapter, we designed the American modern living room, creating a hub for comfort and conversation. Today, we carry that same ethos of stylish functionality into the dining room. Often flowing directly from the living space in a classic open-plan layout, the American modern dining room is not a formal, forgotten space used only on holidays. Instead, it's an integral part of daily life, a versatile setting for everything from a quiet morning coffee to a lively dinner party with friends. It's where clean lines, beautiful materials, and iconic design come together to elevate the simple act of sharing a meal. The undeniable centerpiece of any dining room is the table. In the American modern style, the dining table is a celebration of craftsmanship and material. Rectangular tables are a timeless choice, typically featuring sleek, unadorned surfaces that let the beauty of the wood grain shine. Look for tables made of warm woods like walnut or teak, with slim, tapered legs that give them a light, almost floating appearance. This minimalist structure ensures the table feels elegant, not bulky. Another iconic option is the round or oval pedestal table, most famously realized in Eero Saarinen's tulip table. By replacing four legs with a single, sculptural base, this design not only creates a stunning focal point, but also solves a practical problem. No one has to straddle a table leg. A round table is fantastic for encouraging conversation, making it a perfect choice for a household that loves to entertain. When choosing your table, consider the scale of your room. Always leave at least 3 feet of clearance on all sides to allow for comfortable movement and for chairs to be pulled out easily. If the table is the stage, then the chairs are the star performers. American modern dining chairs are often works of art in their own right, combining ergonomic comfort with sculptural beauty. This is an area where you can make a significant design impact. The chairs created by Charles and Ray Eames, for example, are legendary. They're molded plywood and molded plastic chairs, with their organic curves and innovative bases, like the famous Eiffel Tower wire base, are still as fresh and relevant today as they were 70 years ago. Another celebrated design, though technically Danish modern, that found a loving home in American interiors is the wishbone chair by Hans Wegner. Its graceful, curved back and hand-woven seat bring a touch of handcrafted artistry to the table. Don't feel locked into a perfectly matched set. A popular and stylish approach is to mix your seating. You could use 2 more substantial armchairs at the heads of the table and simpler side chairs along the lengths. The key to a successful mixed set is to maintain a unifying element, whether it's a common material like wood, a consistent color, or a similar scale. Next, let's address storage. Just as in the living room, the credenza or buffet is the perfect companion piece for the dining area. Its long, low profile provides ample storage for your dinnerware, flatware, and table linens without overwhelming the space. A beautiful wood credenza serves as a steadfast anchor for the room. Its top surface offers the ideal stage for serving food buffet style, setting up a drink station, or displaying a curated collection of art and objects. Look for those characteristic mid-century details: sliding doors, which are great for tight spaces, clean, integrated hardware, and slender, tapered legs. Lighting in the dining room is absolutely critical. The fixture you hang over your table is the room's main piece of jewelry. A large, dramatic pendant light is the go-to choice. For a soft, diffused glow that's flattering to both your guests and your food, you can't go wrong with a George Nelson bubble lamp. These iconic fixtures, which come in various spherical and saucer shapes, provide beautiful ambient light. For a touch more drama and a distinctly space-age feel, a Sputnik-style chandelier with multiple arms and bulbs makes a spectacular statement. Whatever style you choose, placement is key. The bottom of the fixture should hang approximately 30 to 36 inches above the tabletop. This is low enough to create a sense of intimacy and define the dining zone, but high enough that it doesn't block anyone's view across the table. Beyond the central fixture, consider adding secondary light sources, like a slim floor lamp in a corner or a pair of small table lamps on your credenza, to create a warm, inviting atmosphere that can be adjusted for any occasion. Finally, let's consider the finishing touches. In keeping with the minimalist ethos, accessories should be used sparingly but intentionally. Let the table setting itself be the main decoration during a meal. When not in use, a simple arrangement like a sculptural ceramic bowl, a single vase with a few dramatic branches, or a trio of modern candle holders is all you need. On the walls, a large piece of abstract art can add a powerful splash of color and personality. An area rug can help define the dining space, but make sure it's large enough that the back legs of the chairs stay on the rug even when someone is seated. Choose simple window treatments, like clean-line drapes or understated blinds, to allow for plenty of natural light. The American modern dining room is a masterclass in elegant simplicity. By focusing on a beautifully crafted table, sculptural chairs, functional storage, and statement lighting, you can create a space that is both sophisticated and wonderfully inviting, a perfect backdrop for making memories. In our next chapter, we'll move into the engine room of the home, the kitchen, and explore how to bring American modern efficiency and style into this essential space. Welcome back. Having designed our ideal living and dining spaces, we now turn our attention to what is arguably the functional heart of the American modern home, the kitchen. In the mid-20th century, the kitchen underwent a radical transformation. It evolved from a small, isolated utility room into a bright, efficient, and often open space that was integrated with the rest of the home's living areas. This was the era of technological optimism, and the kitchen was its showroom, a place where innovative design and modern appliances came together to make daily life easier and more enjoyable. The most dominant visual element in any kitchen is the cabinetry, and in the American modern style, it is defined by one key characteristic: absolute simplicity. The signature look is the flat panel, or slab-style, cabinet door. This creates a clean, seamless surface, free of any ornate trim, raised panels, or elaborate detailing. The beauty of these cabinets lies in their unadorned form and the material itself. Warm woods are the quintessential choice. Think of the beautiful linear grain of walnut, the rich tones of teak, or the light, airy feel of birch. The cabinetry was often designed to showcase the natural patterns of the wood, celebrated for its organic beauty. Hardware was kept equally minimal to maintain this clean aesthetic. Look for simple, slim bar pulls or small, understated tab pulls, often in chrome or brushed brass. In some more streamlined designs, you might even find integrated handles carved directly into the wood, or no handles at all, using push-to-open mechanisms for the ultimate seamless look. The layout of the cabinetry also prized efficiency, with the famous kitchen triangle, the logical placement of the sink, stove, and refrigerator, becoming a guiding principle of design to minimize steps and maximize workflow. Next, let's look at the surfaces, countertops, and backsplashes. During the mid-century period, laminate was a revolutionary and incredibly popular material. It was durable, affordable, and came in a dazzling array of colors and patterns, from bold, solid hues to playful abstract designs. For a contemporary interpretation that honors the spirit of the style, you might opt for a durable quartz countertop in a solid white or soft gray, or one with very subtle, minimal veining. Natural butcher block countertops are another excellent choice, adding warmth and texture that pairs beautifully with wood cabinetry. For the backsplash, simplicity reigns. A classic, period-appropriate choice is the simple square ceramic tile, often 4 by 4 inches, laid in a straightforward grid pattern, not a staggered brick pattern. This geometric simplicity is key. While colors like avocado green or harvest gold were popular then, you can achieve a more timeless look with tiles in white, gray, or a single, bold accent color that ties into your overall palette. Another sleek option is to run your countertop material a few inches up the wall, or all the way up to the upper cabinets, for a clean, continuous look that is very easy to maintain. The American modern era celebrated new technology, so appliances were not meant to be hidden away. They were features to be proud of. While stainless steel is the modern default and its clean lines certainly work well with this style, don't be afraid to consider color. Several companies now produce new appliances with a distinctly retro aesthetic, available in colors like turquoise, mint green, or cherry red. A colorful refrigerator or oven can act as a fantastic focal point and inject a sense of fun and personality into the kitchen. If you do prefer stainless steel, choose models with a clean, minimalist design and simple controls. For a truly integrated look, panel-ready appliances that can be fitted with your cabinet material are the perfect choice, allowing them to blend in seamlessly. Flooring in the kitchen needs to be durable and practical. The authentic material of the era was linoleum, prized for its resilience and the vast array of colors it offered. A simple, solid color or a classic checkerboard pattern in black and white or two complementary tones is a great way to channel this look. Cork is another fantastic option. It's a natural, sustainable material that is soft and warm underfoot. Of course, extending hardwood flooring from the adjacent living or dining room into the kitchen is a wonderful way to unify an open-plan space and maintain a consistent flow. Finally, let's illuminate the space. Kitchen lighting must be functional. Start with good general illumination from recessed ceiling lights or a simple flush mount fixture. Then, add dedicated task lighting. Under cabinet lighting is non-negotiable. It brightens your countertops and makes food preparation safer and easier. Over a kitchen island or a breakfast nook, you can add a stylish pendant light. A classic George Nelson bubble lamp or a set of simple metal dome pendants will provide both focused light and a strong design statement. Many American modern homes featured a cozy breakfast nook, often with a built-in banquette. Pairing this with a simple pedestal table and a couple of molded plastic chairs creates a charming and practical spot for casual family meals. The American modern kitchen is the perfect marriage of form and function. With its clean-lined wood cabinetry, minimalist surfaces, efficient layout, and joyful pops of color, it is a space designed not just for cooking, but for living. In our next chapter, we will leave the public, social hubs of the house and move into the private sanctuary of the home, the bedroom. Hello, and welcome back. So far in our design journey, we have explored the public, social spaces of the American modern home, the living room, dining room, and kitchen. Today, we shift our focus from the communal hubs to the personal retreat, the private sanctuary where we begin and end our day, the bedroom. The principles of American modern design are perhaps never more essential than they are here. This is a space dedicated to rest and rejuvenation, and the style's emphasis on clean lines, natural materials, and uncluttered serenity creates the perfect environment for true relaxation. The centerpiece of any bedroom is, of course, the bed. In the American modern style, the bed frame is typically a simple, elegant piece designed to showcase the beauty of its material, most often wood. Look for low-profile platform beds that feel grounded yet light. Frames made from warm woods like walnut, oak, or teak, featuring clean, straight lines and the signature tapered legs, are ideal. By lifting the frame off the ground, these legs create a sense of airiness and make the room feel larger. The headboard is a key element where you can make a distinct design statement. A simple, solid wood panel that highlights the natural grain is a classic and powerful choice. For a slightly softer touch, a minimalist rectangular headboard upholstered in a textured, neutral fabric like linen, wool, or tweed adds warmth and comfort. Perhaps the most iconic look, however, is the headboard that extends horizontally beyond the width of the mattress, often incorporating attached, floating nightstands. This creates a strong, unified architectural line across the main wall, serving as both a focal point and a highly functional, space-saving feature. The furniture that accompanies the bed, the nightstands and dressers, should follow the same design language. Cohesion is important here. While the pieces don't have to be a perfectly matched set from a showroom, they should share a common material, finish, or design sensibility. Look for case goods with simple, boxy silhouettes, beautiful wood grain, and those same tapered legs. Hardware should be minimal, such as simple brass or chrome pulls, or the clean look of integrated wooden handles. A long, low dresser not only provides essential storage to keep clutter at bay but also offers a generous surface for a few curated items, like a ceramic lamp, a small plant, or a piece of art. To truly elevate the bedroom into a personal retreat, consider adding a seating area if space allows. This small addition can transform the room from a place just for sleeping into a multifunctional sanctuary. A single, sculptural accent chair placed in a corner next to a window creates a perfect reading nook. Imagine a classic Eames molded plywood lounge chair or a comfortable womb-style chair paired with a simple floor lamp. A sleek wooden bench at the foot of the bed is another fantastic addition. It's a practical spot to sit while putting on shoes and a convenient place to lay out your clothes for the next day. Now, let's talk about softness and texture. Textiles are crucial for balancing the clean lines and hard surfaces of the wooden furniture. On the bed, choose high-quality natural fibers like cotton, linen, or percale. Stick to a calming palette of solid muted colors. Crisp whites, soft grays, or warm earthy tones serve as a perfect base. Then, layer in texture. A cozy wool or cashmere throw blanket folded at the foot of the bed can introduce a pop of classic mid-century accent color, like mustard yellow, deep teal, or olive green. A few decorative pillows with simple geometric patterns can add a touch of visual interest, but be careful not to overdo it. The goal is comfort, not clutter. Underfoot, a large, soft area rug is essential. It should be big enough to extend at least 2 feet on either side of the bed, so your first step in the morning is onto a warm, plush surface. A simple, low-pile wool rug in a neutral color is a safe bet, but for a touch of retro luxury, you could even opt for a shag rug, which became popular towards the later end of the mid-century era. Lighting in the bedroom should be soft, layered, and controllable. For general ambient light, a simple ceiling fixture works best. A George Nelson saucer pendant provides a beautiful, diffused glow, while a minimalist flush mount fixture can keep the ceiling line clean. Task lighting is most important at the bedside. A pair of matching table lamps on the nightstands is the traditional approach. Look for lamps with simple bases made of ceramic or wood. Alternatively, wall-mounted sconces on either side of the bed are a fantastic, space-saving option that keeps your nightstand surfaces free. Finally, ensure your reading nook has its own dedicated floor lamp to create a cozy, focused pool of light. Keep window treatments simple and functional to maximize natural light, a cornerstone of the style. Lightweight sheer curtains paired with solid drapes, or clean-lined wooden or fabric blinds are excellent choices. On the walls, stick with a calming, neutral paint color. If you want to add depth, consider creating an accent wall behind the bed using a darker shade, like charcoal or navy, or even a wallpaper with a subtle, graphic pattern. A single, large piece of abstract art hung above the dresser can provide a perfect finishing touch. The American modern bedroom is a masterclass in restraint. It is a carefully edited space where every object has a purpose, resulting in an atmosphere of profound calm. It's a room designed to clear your mind and soothe your soul, a true sanctuary from the bustling world outside. Join us in the next chapter, as we tackle the bathroom, and learn how to apply these principles of clean, functional design to another essential space in the home. Hello and welcome back to our series. Having created serene personal retreats in the bedroom, we now move to another essential and private space, the bathroom. In the mid-20th century, the American bathroom transformed from a purely utilitarian closet into a space dedicated to health, hygiene, and personal care. The American modern approach to bathroom design reflects this evolution, creating a room that is efficient, uncluttered, and refreshingly bright. It's about applying the core principles of simplicity and functionality to craft a space that is both easy to use and a pleasure to be in. The central piece of furniture in any modern bathroom is the vanity, and the quintessential American modern vanity makes a clear statement by appearing to float. A wall-mounted, floating vanity is a hallmark of the style. By lifting the cabinetry off the ground, you create an unbroken floor plane, which makes a small bathroom feel significantly larger and more open. This also has the practical benefit of making the floor much easier to clean. As with other rooms, wood is a key material for bringing warmth into a space that can otherwise feel cold and clinical. Look for a vanity with simple flat panel doors in teak or walnut, which provides a beautiful, organic contrast to the tile and porcelain. Hardware should be minimal, sleek chrome or brass pulls, or better yet, integrated handles that maintain a seamless facade. For the countertop, choose a simple, durable, and non-porous material. A solid white or light gray quartz countertop is a perfect modern choice. For the most streamlined look, opt for an undermount or integrated sink, which creates a clean, uninterrupted surface. Tile is perhaps the most defining surface in a bathroom, setting the tone for the entire space. The classic mid-century look is the 4x4-inch square ceramic tile. What makes it distinctive is the layout. The tiles are laid in a simple, stacked grid pattern, not the more common offset or brick pattern. This emphasis on a clean, geometric grid is fundamental to the style. While the original era was famous for its pastel pinks, mint greens, and blues, you can create a more timeless look by using this pattern in a crisp white or a soft gray. For a more dramatic effect, consider a feature wall behind the vanity or in the shower using tiles in a deep, saturated color like teal or navy. For flooring, small mosaic tiles like penny rounds or hexagons are a fantastic choice. They were popular during the period, and their high grout-to-tile ratio provides excellent slip resistance. Using them in a simple white, black, or gray, perhaps with a simple geometric border, creates a look that is both authentic and enduring. The fixtures and fittings, the faucets, shower heads, and handles, are the functional jewelry of the bathroom. The key here is to choose pieces with clean lines and simple geometric shapes. Polished chrome was the dominant finish of the era, and its bright, reflective quality works perfectly in this style. Look for faucets with simple, straight spouts and unadorned lever or cross handles. In the shower, a simple fixed shower head paired with a minimalist valve trim continues the clean aesthetic. To keep the space feeling open, a frameless glass panel or a full glass door for the shower is the ideal choice, as it prevents the visual interruption of a shower curtain. If a curtain is necessary, choose one with a simple, bold geometric pattern or a solid color that connects to your overall palette. A simple, one-piece toilet with a sleek, skirted design will blend in seamlessly and is easier to clean than older, two-piece models. Proper lighting is absolutely critical in a bathroom. You need bright, even light for grooming tasks. The best way to achieve this is with a pair of vertical sconces mounted on either side of the mirror. This placement illuminates the face from both sides, eliminating shadows. Look for sconces with simple globe, tube, or cylindrical shades. A large, simple mirror, either frameless or with a very thin metal or wood frame, will help make the space feel larger and will reflect light around the room. For general overhead lighting, a simple, moisture-rated flush mount or semi-flush mount fixture is all you need. Finally, let's address storage and accessories. An uncluttered bathroom is a calm bathroom. A recessed medicine cabinet with a mirrored front is a classic and brilliant solution, providing ample hidden storage without taking up any visual space. If you need more, consider a few simple, floating wood shelves, but use them sparingly for neatly folded towels or a few select decorative objects. Towel bars, hooks, and other accessories should match your fixtures, typically in polished chrome, and have a simple, clean design. Add softness and a splash of color with high-quality towels. And don't forget a touch of nature. A single plant that enjoys humidity, like a snake plant or an orchid, can add a vital, organic element to the room. The American modern bathroom is a testament to the beauty of efficiency. By combining a warm wood vanity, a clean tile grid, sleek chrome fixtures, and excellent lighting, you create a space that is not only highly functional but also a bright and calming retreat. In our next chapter, we will take a step back from specific rooms and do a deep dive into one of the most important elements of the style, mastering the use of materials and textures. Hello and welcome back. Over the last several chapters, we have journeyed through the individual rooms of the American modern home, from the living room to the bathroom. In each space, we've touched upon the materials that define the style. Today, we're taking a step back to do a deep dive into this crucial topic. Because more than anything else, the soul of American modern design lies in its honest, intentional, and innovative use of materials. Understanding this palette and learning how to layer these elements is the key to creating a home that feels authentic, warm, and visually dynamic. Let's start with the undisputed star player of the American modern style, wood. Wood is the foundation. It provides warmth, organic beauty, and a vital connection to the natural world, which was a core value for designers seeking a more relaxed and human-centric way of living. The key was to let the wood speak for itself. Finishes were typically clear or lightly oiled, designed to enhance the natural grain, not hide it. The most prized woods were teak, with its rich, golden brown glow and incredible durability, and walnut, known for its deep, chocolatey tones and complex, beautiful grain. You'll find these on high-quality credenzas, dining tables, and lounge chairs. Lighter woods like birch and oak were also used, often for more accessible furniture, and they are perfect for creating a brighter, airier feel. When designing a room, try to stick to one or two complementary wood tones to maintain a sense of cohesion and calm. But this era wasn't just about tradition, it was about the future. Designers were thrilled by new industrial processes, and they enthusiastically incorporated modern materials that spoke of progress and innovation. Metal was used to provide sleek, sharp contrast to the warmth of wood. Polished chrome was the most popular choice, used for the slender legs of tables and chairs, the graceful stems of arc lamps, and clean-lined bathroom fixtures. It added a touch of sparkle and a machine-age sensibility. Warmer metals like brass and bronze were also used, often for cabinet hardware or lighting, providing a softer and more glamorous accent. This spirit of innovation is most beautifully captured in the use of plastics and plywood. Designers like Charles and Ray Eames were pioneers, experimenting with ways to mold materials into new, body-conscious forms. They used molded plastic and fiberglass to create their iconic shell chairs, which were not only sculptural and comfortable but also allowed for a rainbow of vibrant, playful colors that were previously impossible in furniture. They did the same with plywood, layering and bending thin sheets of wood veneer to create strong, lightweight, and gracefully curved furniture, like their legendary lounge chair. This was a masterful blend of natural material and modern technology. With all these hard surfaces, wood, metal, and plastic, textiles are absolutely essential for softening the edges and creating a comfortable, inviting home. Texture is your secret weapon for adding depth and warmth. On sofas and armchairs, nubby, multi-tonal fabrics like tweed and boucle were extremely popular. They are visually interesting, incredibly durable, and feel wonderful to the touch. Wool was another go-to material, used for area rugs, upholstery, and cozy throw blankets. And of course, there's leather, which adds a touch of timeless luxury and develops a beautiful, rich patina over time, as seen on so many classic lounge chairs. For window treatments, natural fibers like linen and cotton were preferred for their light, airy quality. And don't forget pattern. Textiles were the perfect vehicle for introducing the era's signature abstract and geometric motifs. To ground all of these elements, designers often incorporated earthy materials like stone and ceramic. Slate or flagstone flooring in an entryway or around a fireplace provided a rugged natural texture that was a perfect counterpoint to smooth wood paneling. Terrazzo, with its composite of stone chips, offered a unique, patterned surface for floors and sometimes countertops. But perhaps the most accessible way to bring in this element is through ceramics. Handcrafted ceramic vases, bowls, and lamp bases were essential accessories in the mid-century home. Their simple, sculptural forms and often textured glazes provided an artful, organic touch, connecting the clean lines of the furniture back to the hand of the maker. So, how do you bring this all together? The art is in the layering and the balance. Think of it as a recipe. Start with a generous base of warm wood for your main furniture pieces. Add a sleek, industrial element, like a coffee table with chrome legs or a brass floor lamp. Layer in softness and texture with a large wool rug, a tweed sofa, and linen curtains. Then, introduce a piece of innovative design, like a molded plastic dining chair. And finally, finish with grounding, earthy touches, a ceramic vase on the credenza, a potted plant in the corner. The goal is to create a dynamic conversation between the materials, the contrast of smooth and rough, organic and industrial, warm and cool. This is what gives an American modern interior its unique character and enduring appeal. In our next chapter, we will explore the perfect complement to this material palette as we learn how to choose and apply the iconic colors of the American modern style. Hello and welcome back. In our last chapter, we explored the rich and varied material palette that gives American modern design its soul. Today, we're diving into its perfect companion, color. In this design style, color is never an afterthought. It's a strategic tool used to enhance the clean architectural lines, to define different areas within an open plan space, and to evoke a specific mood. The American modern color palette is a masterful balancing act, a sophisticated blend of calming neutrals, rich earth tones, and vibrant, optimistic accents that perfectly capture the spirit of the era. The entire palette begins with a strong and versatile foundation of neutrals. This neutral backdrop serves as the canvas for the rest of the home, allowing the beautiful wood grains of the furniture and the sculptural forms of the decor to truly stand out. But when we say neutral, we don't mean stark or cold. The preferred whites were warm and soft, like a linen white or a creamy off-white, which create a bright and airy atmosphere while preventing a room from feeling sterile. Alongside these whites, you'll find warm grays, mushroom tones, and sandy beiges. These colors create a cozy and sophisticated envelope, perfect for living rooms and bedrooms. And it's crucial to remember that the wood tones themselves, the golden teak, the deep walnut, the pale birch, are a fundamental part of this neutral base, providing the primary source of warmth. Building upon this neutral foundation are the earthy mid-tones. These are the colors drawn directly from the American landscape, reinforcing the style's deep connection to nature. They act as a bridge between the quiet backdrop and the bold accents to come. The most iconic of these are the greens, rich olive and the famous avocado green. These shades are incredibly grounding and work beautifully to connect the interior with a view outside a large picture window. Then you have the warm, optimistic yellows, like harvest gold and mustard yellow. These hues are cheerful and inviting, and they pair magnificently with dark walnut furniture. Finally, there are the deep, cozy colors of burnt orange, russet, and reddish browns, reminiscent of autumn leaves or terracotta clay. These earthy mid-tones are substantial enough to be used on larger pieces, such as an accent wall, a sofa, or a set of dining chairs, adding personality without overwhelming the space. And now for the fun, the optimistic accents. These are the bright, clear pops of color that reflect the post-war energy and excitement of the mid-century era. These hues are used sparingly, like a dash of spice, to create focal points and inject a sense of dynamism into a room. Think of a vibrant turquoise or a deep teal. These colors feel both playful and sophisticated, and they are perfect for accessories like ceramic vases, throw pillows, or even a set of molded plastic dining chairs. Another powerful accent is a bold, confident red or persimmon. A single red armchair or a piece of abstract art with a slash of red can instantly energize a neutral space. The key to using these powerful accents is the less is more principle. Think of them as punctuation in your design sentence. You don't want to shout everywhere. Instead, use them intentionally to guide the eye around the room. A great technique is to repeat an accent color in small doses in 3 different spots. For example, a turquoise vase on the credenza, a hint of that same turquoise in the pattern of a cushion, and the spine of a book on the coffee table. This creates a subtle rhythm and makes the design feel cohesive and deliberate. So, how do you combine all of these elements without creating chaos? A classic and incredibly useful guideline is the 60-30-10 rule. Let 60% of your room be your dominant, neutral color. This is typically your walls, your ceiling, and maybe your largest piece of furniture, like the sofa. Let 30% be your secondary, earthy mid-tone. This could be your accent chairs, your area rug, or your curtains. And finally, let 10% be your bright accent color. This is reserved for your accessories, pillows, artwork, and decorative objects. This simple formula ensures a balanced and harmonious color scheme every time. When planning for your whole home, aim for a cohesive flow. The neutral base should remain fairly consistent throughout to unify the spaces. However, you can vary the secondary and accent colors from room to room to give each space its own personality. Perhaps your living room features olive green and mustard yellow, while the adjacent dining room uses a deep teal as its main accent. This creates a journey of color as you move through the home, with each space feeling related but distinct. Always let your materials be your guide. The deep, rich tones of a walnut cabinet will sing when paired with warm mustard and cream, while lighter birch furniture might be better suited to a cooler palette of grays and blues. The American modern color palette is confident, warm, and full of life. It's a thoughtful composition of quiet neutrals, rich nature-inspired hues, and energetic brights that, when combined, create spaces that are both restful and invigorating. In our next chapter, we will focus on another critical element of design, lighting, and how to use it to sculpt your space and set the perfect mood. Hello and welcome back. We've established the foundation of our American modern home with furniture, we've explored the rich palette of materials and textures, and we've learned how to apply color with intention. Now, we turn to an element that ties everything together and breathes life into a space: lighting. In American modern design, lighting is never a mere afterthought or a simple utility. It is an active and essential component of the design, used to perform three critical roles: to provide functional light for tasks, to create a warm and inviting atmosphere, and to serve as a stunning piece of sculpture in its own right. The first principle of lighting in this style begins with the sun. Mid-century architecture celebrated the connection between indoors and outdoors, and this was most evident in the use of large, expansive windows. The goal was to flood the home with natural light. So, your first step should always be to maximize the daylight you have. This means choosing window treatments that are simple and functional. Avoid heavy, ornate drapes and fussy valances. Instead, opt for sheer curtains that diffuse light softly, clean-lined blinds made of wood or fabric, or simple drapery panels that can be pulled completely clear of the window frame. A well-placed mirror can also do wonders, capturing daylight from a window and bouncing it deeper into a room. When the sun goes down, a thoughtful artificial lighting plan takes over. A beautifully lit room isn't just uniformly bright, it has depth, dimension, and mood created by using multiple light sources. This is known as the layered lighting approach, and it consists of three main types. First is ambient light. This is the general, overall illumination that fills the room and allows you to navigate the space safely. In a modern home, this can be achieved with simple recessed lighting in the ceiling, or with minimalist flush mount or semi-flush mount fixtures that have clean, geometric shapes. The iconic bubble lamps designed by George Nelson are a perfect example of a fixture that provides gorgeous, soft, and diffused ambient light while also acting as a sculptural element. The second layer is task lighting. This is focused, directional light for specific activities. In the living room, a floor lamp next to an armchair creates a cozy reading nook. On either side of a sofa or a bed, table lamps provide focused light. The classic American modern table lamp often features a simple ceramic or wood base topped with a clean, unadorned drum shade. In the kitchen, under-cabinet lighting is an absolute must-have for illuminating your work surfaces. At a desk, an adjustable lamp allows you to direct light exactly where you need it. Each of these lights serves a clear, practical purpose. The third and final layer is accent lighting. This is the dramatic layer. Accent lighting is used to highlight the things you want to draw attention to: a piece of art, a textured fireplace wall, or a beautiful houseplant. This can be achieved with track lighting or small, adjustable spotlights. A simple uplight placed on the floor behind a large plant can create a stunning play of shadows on the ceiling. This layer adds a touch of theater and sophistication, turning your home from a simple dwelling into a curated gallery. Beyond these functional layers, we arrive at what makes American modern lighting so exciting: the concept of lighting as sculpture. The mid-century era produced some of the most iconic and artistically ambitious light fixtures in history. These pieces were often the primary focal point of a room. Think of the classic arc lamp. Its brilliant design, with a heavy base and a long curved arm, allows you to have an overhead light source anywhere in a room, freeing you from the constraints of ceiling wiring. It is a masterpiece of form and function. Then there is the Sputnik chandelier, a direct reflection of the space-age optimism of the 1950s and 60s. Its explosive multi-arm design with bare bulbs resembles a satellite or a starburst, creating a dramatic and glamorous statement in a dining room or a high-ceilinged entryway. While many iconic designs came from Europe, they were enthusiastically adopted in American homes. These fixtures are not just sources of light, they are conversation starters, the functional art that completes a room. Every main living space in an American modern home benefits from at least one of these statement pieces. To truly master your home's atmosphere, there are two practical tools you must use. The first is the dimmer switch. Installing dimmers on nearly every light fixture is the single most impactful and affordable upgrade you can make. It gives you complete control, allowing you to go from bright, clean light for working, to a soft, warm glow for relaxing or entertaining. The second is choosing the right light bulb. Pay attention to the color temperature. For living spaces and bedrooms, you'll want to choose warm white bulbs, which are around 2700 to 3000 kelvins. This produces a cozy, inviting, yellowish light, similar to a candle flame, rather than the cool, bluish light of an office. Thoughtful lighting has the power to completely transform your home. By embracing natural light, building functional layers, and making a bold statement with a sculptural fixture, you can sculpt your spaces, highlight their best features, and set the perfect mood for any occasion. In our next chapter, we'll add the final, personal layer to our design, exploring the world of art and accessories. Hello and welcome back. We have now built our American modern home from the ground up. We've chosen the furniture, layered the materials, applied the color, and sculpted the space with light. Now, we arrive at the final and most personal layer of the design process, art and accessories. If the furniture is the body of your home, and the lighting is its mood, then the art and objects you choose are its personality, its soul. The guiding philosophy here is, less is more. This isn't about filling every empty surface. It's about intentional, thoughtful curation, where every object has a reason to be there, whether for its function, its beauty, or its personal meaning. Let's begin with the art you hang on your walls. The art of the mid-century period was a reflection of the times, bold, forward-thinking, and often abstract. This style of art is the perfect partner for the clean lines of American modern furniture. Look for large-scale abstract expressionist pieces, with gestural brushstrokes and bold fields of color. You don't need an original masterpiece. High-quality prints that evoke this style work beautifully. Another great option is geometric abstraction, art that features clean, hard-edged shapes and blocks of color. This style perfectly echoes the geometric patterns you might find in your textiles. Graphic prints, like screen prints and lithographs, were also hugely popular, and they are a great way to add a pop of personality. When it comes to displaying art, the key is to make a confident statement. Instead of a cluttered gallery wall of many small pictures, consider investing in one oversized piece of art to act as a dramatic focal point above your sofa or credenza. This creates a bigger impact and feels less busy. Framing should be simple and secondary to the art itself. Choose thin, minimal frames in black, white, or a natural wood that complements your furniture. And remember to hang your art at the proper height. The center of the piece should be at eye level, which is typically around 57 to 60 inches from the floor. This ensures the art feels connected to the room and its furnishings, rather than floating disconnectedly on the wall. Art, however, is not just for your walls. Three-dimensional sculptural objects are essential for adding interest and character to your surfaces. This is where your personality truly comes into play. Handcrafted studio ceramics are a cornerstone of the style. Look for vases, bowls, and platters with simple, organic shapes and interesting, textured glazes. A great designer tip is to group them in odd numbers, like a collection of 3 or 5 vases of varying heights on a sideboard. Colored glass was also widely used. Simple, elegant glass decanters or vases in shades of deep teal, smoky gray, or warm amber catch the light beautifully. Don't be afraid to add a few simple, abstract sculptures in cast metal or carved wood to your collection as well. One of the most important accessories in any American modern home is something that's alive: plants. Bringing nature indoors is a non-negotiable part of this style. Plants add life, vibrant green color, and beautiful organic shapes that soften the clean lines of the furniture and architecture. They purify the air and constantly remind us of that vital connection to the outdoors. Certain plants have become icons of the style due to their strong, architectural forms. The tall, vertical leaves of the snake plant, the large, dramatic foliage of the fiddle leaf fig, and the iconic, graphic split leaves of the monstera plant are all perfect choices. But the planter is just as important as the plant. Choose simple ceramic pots in solid colors. A classic bullet planter on a simple wood or hairpin leg stand is a quintessential look that adds another layer of authentic style. Textiles also serve as key accessories for layering in softness and pattern. Throw pillows and blankets are the easiest and most affordable way to change the feel of a room. On your sofa, mix a few pillows in solid, textured fabrics like wool or linen with one or two that feature a bold geometric or abstract pattern. A single high-quality throw blanket, perhaps in cashmere or a soft wool, draped casually over the arm of a chair adds an instant layer of comfort and an opportunity for a pop of color. Finally, let's talk about the art of styling a surface, like a bookshelf or a credenza. The goal is to create a curated display, not a cluttered mess. Start by grouping items in odd numbers, like 3s or 5s, which is more visually appealing to the eye. Vary the height and scale of your objects. Place a tall vase next to a horizontal stack of books, with a small, low bowl in front. Mix your textures, a smooth, glossy ceramic next to a rough, natural object. Most importantly, leave some empty space. This negative space allows each object to breathe and feel important. Use beautiful books as functional art, either standing up or stacked to serve as a pedestal for a smaller object. The American modern approach to accessorizing is your opportunity to tell your story. Be intentional. Choose quality over quantity, and select pieces that you truly love. This is how you transform a stylish room into a personal, soulful home, a space that feels collected and curated over time, not staged in a day. In our next chapter, we will delve into the very bones of a house and explore the key architectural elements that define the American modern style. Hello and welcome back. We've spent the last several chapters carefully layering our American modern home with furniture, color, lighting, and accessories. Now, we are going to peel back those layers and look at the very bones of the house itself. While you can certainly achieve a beautiful American modern look in any home, understanding the architectural principles that define the era can deepen your appreciation and help you make more impactful design choices. These elements are all designed to work together to achieve the style's ultimate goals, creating a space that is open, filled with light, and deeply connected to the natural world. We've mentioned it before, but it's impossible to discuss the architecture of this style without starting with the open floor plan. This wasn't just a design trend, it was a fundamental shift in the philosophy of living. By removing walls between the kitchen, living, and dining areas, architects broke down the formal barriers of the past and created a fluid, informal, and social hub for the modern family. If your home doesn't have a naturally open plan, you can still create that feeling. Use a consistent flooring material and wall color across adjoining rooms to create a seamless visual flow. Consider widening doorways or even creating large pass-throughs between spaces. And, as we've discussed, floating your furniture away from the walls helps to define zones without needing physical barriers. The second, and perhaps most crucial, architectural principle is the connection to the outdoors. The American modern home was designed to erase the boundary between inside and out. This was achieved primarily through the generous use of glass. Large, fixed-picture windows were used to frame landscape views like living works of art. Floor-to-ceiling windows and sliding glass doors became standard features, allowing for a seamless transition onto a patio or deck, truly extending the living space into the garden. Another clever feature was the use of clear-story windows, short, wide windows set high up on a wall. These allowed daylight to pour in while still maintaining privacy. The window frames themselves were kept intentionally thin and minimal, often made of simple wood or metal, to ensure the view remained the star of the show. At the heart of the American modern living room, you will often find a bold, architectural anchor, the fireplace. Unlike the small, ornate fireplaces of previous eras, the mid-century fireplace was a dominant, often floor-to-ceiling structure that celebrated raw, natural materials. Massive fireplaces built from rough-hewn fieldstone or flagstone brought an elemental, rustic texture into the heart of the home. Brick was another favorite, often laid in a clean, stacked bond pattern that emphasized its geometric quality. These fireplaces typically featured a simple, clean opening and a raised hearth made of stone or concrete, which was often wide enough to serve as extra, informal seating. The traditional mantel was eliminated in favor of a purer, more sculptural form. This celebration of materials extended to the very structure of the house. A core tenet of modernism is the honest expression of how a building is put together. Instead of hiding the structural elements, American modern architects celebrated them. This is most beautifully seen in post and beam construction, where large wooden ceiling beams were left exposed. These beams add immense warmth and character, creating a visual rhythm that draws the eye upward and through the space. Similarly, wood wasn't just for floors and furniture, it was for walls. Entire rooms, particularly dens, studies, and living rooms, were often paneled in warm woods like walnut, cedar, or redwood. This created a rich, immersive, and incredibly cozy atmosphere, enveloping the inhabitants in natural texture. This use of wood paneling was a way to blur the line between structure and decoration. A key technique for enhancing the indoor-outdoor connection was material continuity. An architect might design a stone fireplace wall that passes right through a pane of glass and continues on the exterior patio, visually stitching the two spaces together. Finally, the overall silhouette of the home was defined by its roofline. American modern homes typically feature low-pitched or even flat roofs. This created a long, low, horizontal profile that made the house feel grounded and connected to the earth, as if it were emerging from the landscape itself. On the interior, these low-sloped roofs often allowed for dramatic, vaulted ceilings in the main living areas. These soaring, angled ceilings, frequently clad in wood decking, created a breathtaking sense of openness and volume, drawing the eye up and out through the large windows towards the sky and trees. From the open, flowing layout and the vast expanses of glass to the massive stone fireplace and exposed wooden beams, these architectural elements all work in harmony. They create a home that is not just a shelter, but a framework for a simpler, more open, and nature-oriented way of life. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to translate these expansive ideas into smaller-scale living, as we tackle how to get big style in a small space. Hello and welcome back. When we think of classic American modern design, the image that often comes to mind is a sprawling, single-story home with vast walls of glass looking out onto a lush landscape. But the reality is that many of us live in more compact spaces, apartments, condos, or smaller homes. So, how do you capture the airy, uncluttered, and functional essence of this style within a limited footprint? The good news is, the core principles of American modern design are actually perfectly suited for small space living. It's a style that prioritizes intelligence and function, proving that it's not about the size of your home, but the thoughtfulness of your design. The first and most important challenge in a smaller home is to create the illusion of openness. You can start by using a light and cohesive color palette. Painting your walls in a warm white or a soft, light gray will bounce light around the room, instantly making it feel larger and more airy. Carry the same color through adjoining spaces, like a living and dining area, to create a sense of continuous flow. Another powerful tool is a large, simply framed mirror. Placed opposite a window, a mirror will reflect both the light and the view, creating a wonderful sense of depth. Next, you must choose your furniture with extreme care. In a small space, the goal is to select pieces that have a light visual footprint, meaning they don't look heavy or bulky. The single most effective trick here is to choose furniture with visible legs. A sofa, armchair, or credenza that is lifted off the floor on slender, tapered legs allows you to see the floor underneath it. This small detail creates a powerful illusion of spaciousness. Also, look for pieces with low profiles, like a sofa with low arms and a low back. This keeps sightlines open across the room, preventing any one piece from becoming a visual roadblock. Materials matter, too. A coffee table with a glass top, or dining chairs with thin wire bases, take up far less visual space than their solid, bulky counterparts. Functionality is king in any small home, and since it's a bedrock principle of American modern design, this is a natural fit. Every single item must earn its keep, and multifunctional furniture is your best friend. Instead of a large, rectangular dining table, consider a round pedestal table. Its single base eliminates cumbersome legs, allowing you to tuck chairs in more easily and often squeeze in an extra guest. Nesting tables are another brilliant invention, offering flexible surfaces that can be spread out when needed and neatly tucked away when not in use. Your coffee table should have a lower shelf for storage, and a long, low credenza is a small space superstar, serving as your media unit, dining buffet, and general storage all in one sleek package. Don't forget to use your vertical space. Tall, narrow bookcases or simple floating wall shelves draw the eye upward and provide valuable storage without eating up precious floor space. The less is more philosophy is not just a guideline in a small space, it is a strict rule. Clutter is the enemy of serenity, and in a small home, it can quickly become overwhelming. You must curate your possessions with precision. This is the time to declutter mercilessly and be highly selective about what you put on display. Instead of filling shelves with collections of small knickknacks, choose a few larger, more impactful objects. One beautiful, sculptural vase makes a stronger statement than 10 tiny ones. The same goes for art. A single large piece of abstract art will expand your wall and feel much cleaner than a busy gallery of small frames. One magnificent, architectural plant will add more life and style than a cluster of small pots on the windowsill. Finally, you must maximize light at every opportunity, as light is the best tool for making any space feel larger. We've already talked about light wall colors and mirrors. This also applies to your windows. Keep window treatments simple, light, and airy. Sheer curtains that allow light to filter through even when closed are a great choice. Simple roller blinds that can disappear completely when pulled up are even better. And don't forget to create a layered artificial lighting plan. A well-lit room with no dark corners will always feel bigger. Instead of a bulky table lamp, consider a wall-mounted sconce for bedside lighting to free up your nightstand. A beautiful arc lamp can provide overhead light for your seating area without taking up a central footprint. American modern design, with its focus on clean lines, smart functionality, and uncluttered living, isn't just possible in a small home, it thrives. By choosing furniture with a light visual weight, demanding that your pieces be multifunctional, curating your accessories with care, and maximizing light, you can create a space that feels open, serene, and full of sophisticated style, no matter the square footage. In our next chapter, we will turn our attention to the crucial link between the indoors and out, exploring how to style your patio, balcony, or even just a window box. Hello and welcome back. A fundamental belief of American modern design is that the home does not end at the walls. The outdoor space, whether it's a sprawling patio, a cozy deck, or a tiny apartment balcony, is meant to be a true extension of your living area. Architects of the era used sliding glass doors and massive windows to deliberately blur the line between indoors and out. Today, we're going to explore how to furnish and style these outdoor zones, transforming them into functional, beautiful spaces that flow seamlessly from your interior. The first step in creating a cohesive outdoor room is to establish a seamless transition. You want to trick the eye into seeing one large, connected space. A powerful way to do this is through material continuity. If you have slate or stone floors in your entryway, consider using similar pavers on your patio. If you have light oak floors inside, a light-toned wood deck outside will create a strong visual link. Even without a major renovation, you can achieve this connection through color. Carry one of your main interior accent colors into your outdoor space. If you have pillows with a pop of burnt orange on your sofa, use cushions or a planter in that same shade on your balcony. This simple trick creates a powerful, unifying thread. When it comes to choosing outdoor furniture, the same rules of clean lines and simple silhouettes apply. Look for pieces that echo the style of your indoor furniture. Teak is a classic material choice for outdoor settings. Its natural weather resistance and warm, golden tones are a perfect match for the style's love of wood. Another fantastic option is powder-coated metal, like aluminum or steel. Furniture with sleek, minimal metal frames in black, white, or a playful pop of color like yellow or turquoise feels both durable and stylish. Look for low-slung lounge chairs, simple dining tables with tapered legs, and unadorned benches. Avoid anything overly ornate, bulky, or rustic. Your outdoor furniture should feel just as thoughtfully designed as your indoor pieces. Plants and planters are absolutely essential to bringing your outdoor space to life. Think of your planters as sculptural objects that will define the character of the space. The iconic mid-century bullet planter, a rounded vessel on a thin metal stand, is perfect for making a statement. Simple, large ceramic cylinders in solid colors like white, charcoal, or an accent color are also a go-to choice. For a more architectural look, especially for creating borders or privacy, consider rectangular planters made from concrete or fiberglass. The plants you choose should also have a strong, interesting form. Instead of fussy flowers, opt for plants with architectural shapes. Tall ornamental grasses that sway in the breeze, spiky agaves or aloes, and the bold, upright forms of snake plants all work beautifully. On a smaller balcony, you can use railing planters to maximize your floor space, creating a lush wall of green. A simple herb garden is a wonderful choice here, offering beauty, fragrance, and function. Just as you do inside, you should accessorize your outdoor space with intention. An outdoor rug is a fantastic way to define a seating area and make a patio or balcony feel like a true room. Look for one with a bold geometric pattern to add a major punch of style. Outdoor-rated pillows and cushions in classic mid-century colors and patterns will add comfort and personality. And don't neglect the lighting. You can extend the layered lighting concept outside to create a magical atmosphere after dark. Simple globe-style string lights add a festive, ambient glow. Sleek, solar-powered path lights can illuminate a walkway. And a modern, rechargeable LED lantern can be placed on a table to provide a portable, intimate light source. Finally, think about the practical functions of your outdoor room. If your space is exposed to strong sun, you'll need to consider shade. A large cantilever umbrella with a simple, clean design, or a triangular sail shade, are both excellent modern options. If you need privacy on a balcony or in a yard that's close to neighbors, you can use a row of tall planters with bamboo or grasses to create a beautiful, living screen. A simple screen made of horizontal wood slats is another stylish solution that aligns perfectly with the aesthetic. By creating a seamless transition, choosing furniture with clean, modern lines, using planters as sculptural elements, and accessorizing with color and light, you can transform any outdoor area into a valuable and stylish living space. Your balcony or patio can become your go-to spot for a morning coffee, an afternoon of reading, or an evening with friends, a true outdoor room that completes your American modern home. In our next chapter, we will begin to tie everything together with a practical, room-by-room checklist for success. Hello and welcome back. Over the course of this series, we have taken a deep dive into the world of American modern design. We've explored its history, understood its core principles, and examined everything from furniture and materials to color and lighting. Now, it's time to bring all of that knowledge together into a practical action plan. This chapter is your hands-on guide, a room-by-room checklist designed to help you begin implementing this timeless style in your own home with confidence and clarity. Before we go room by room, let's start with a universal checklist, a set of core principles that apply to every single space you design. First, and most importantly, declutter. The foundation of this style is simplicity, so begin with a clean slate. Second, establish a cohesive color and material palette for your entire home to ensure a sense of flow. Third, prioritize function. Before you buy anything, ask yourself, what is the purpose of this piece? Fourth, let natural materials, especially warm woods, be the star of the show. And finally, ensure every room has a layered lighting plan to create both function and mood. With those universal rules in mind, let's begin our room-by-room checklist. First, the living room. For your furniture, check off a low-profile sofa with clean lines and tapered legs. Add an iconic-style accent chair, something with a sculptural form. Anchor the room with a long, low credenza in a warm wood like walnut or teak. And complete the seating area with a coffee table that has a light visual weight. For lighting, you'll want a major statement fixture, like a dramatic arc lamp or a Sputnik chandelier, supplemented by table lamps for reading. For textiles and accessories, check off a large area rug to anchor the furniture, pillows and a throw blanket in your chosen accent colors, a large piece of abstract art to serve as a focal point, and at least one tall, architectural plant, like a fiddle leaf fig. Next, the dining room. Your primary piece is the dining table. Look for one with a clean silhouette, either a simple wood rectangle with tapered legs or a round pedestal-style table. Pair this with a set of sculptural dining chairs. Think of the beautiful curves of an Eames molded plastic chair or a wishbone-style chair. You'll also want a credenza or buffet for storage, ideally in a wood tone that complements your table. For lighting, this room requires a single, dramatic pendant light centered perfectly over the table. A George Nelson bubble lamp or a simple dome pendant is a classic choice. And be sure to have this light on a dimmer switch to control the mood. Keep accessories minimal. A simple centerpiece and clean, unadorned window treatments are all you need. Now, for the sanctuary, the bedroom. Start with a low-profile platform bed, featuring a simple wood frame or headboard. Accompany this with a matching set of nightstands and a long, low dresser, all with clean lines and minimal hardware. If you have the space, a comfortable reading chair in a corner makes a wonderful addition. For lighting, choose either a pair of matching table lamps for the nightstands or a set of sleek, wall-mounted sconces to save space. For textiles, check off bedding made from natural fibers like cotton or linen in a calm, neutral palette. Use a textured throw blanket and a few pillows to bring in your accent color. And finally, ensure you have a soft area rug under the bed to add warmth and luxury. Let's move to the functional spaces, the kitchen and bathroom. In the kitchen, the goal is clean-lined efficiency. The checklist includes flat panel or slab-style cabinetry, preferably in a warm wood. Minimalist hardware, like simple bar pulls or integrated handles. Simple, durable countertops made of quartz or laminate. And a backsplash with a strong geometric quality, like classic square tiles laid in a stacked grid pattern. In the bathroom, check off a floating wood vanity to create a sense of spaciousness. Pair this with clean-lined chrome fixtures. And for lighting, a simple large mirror, flanked by a pair of vertical sconces, will provide the most flattering and functional light. This checklist is your guide, not a rigid set of rules to be followed without deviation. The ultimate goal of American modern design was to create spaces that enhanced the lives of the people living in them. Use these points as a starting block, but feel free to adapt them to suit your own personal needs and taste. The most important thing is to create a home that is a true reflection of you, a space that is functional, beautiful, and a deep source of comfort and joy. Start small. You don't have to do everything at once. Pick one room, or even just one corner, and begin your journey from there. In our final chapter, we'll look beyond the decor and discuss how the philosophy of this design style can inspire a more intentional way of living. Hello, and welcome back for our final chapter. Over the last 14 chapters, we have taken a comprehensive journey together. We started by defining the principles of American modern design, and from there, we walked through every room of the house. We dissected the style's signature materials, its iconic color palette, its innovative use of lighting, and its core architectural elements. We've even created a practical checklist to help you get started. We have learned the how of creating an American modern home. In this final chapter, I want to explore the why. Why, after more than 70 years, does this style continue to resonate so deeply with us? The answer is that American Modern is more than just a look. It's a timeless philosophy for a better, more intentional way of living. The first and most powerful lesson of this style is the principle of intentionality. The less is more ethos isn't about deprivation, it's about curation. By stripping away the unnecessary clutter, the meaningless ornamentation, and the objects that don't serve a purpose, you are forced to make conscious choices. You are left with only that which is truly useful, truly beautiful, or truly meaningful to you. This is a powerful concept that extends far beyond your living room. It's an invitation to live a more curated life, to focus on quality experiences over a quantity of possessions, and to make deliberate choices about how you spend your time, your energy, and your attention. The second core philosophy is the beautiful marriage of form and function. In the world of American modern design, an object's beauty is directly tied to its ability to do its job well. A chair isn't beautiful despite being comfortable. It's beautiful because it's comfortable and elegantly designed to support the human body. This principle is a powerful antidote to our modern disposable culture. It encourages us to invest in well-made things that are built to last, to appreciate the elegance and efficiency, and to find joy in the simple, functional objects we use every day. It teaches us to value things that are both a pleasure to use and a pleasure to look at. Third, and perhaps more relevant today than ever before, is the profound connection to nature. This was never just about putting a few houseplants in the corner. It was a fundamental desire to break down the barriers between our shelters and the natural world. The massive windows that frame the trees like paintings, the use of warm woods and natural stone, and the seamless flow to outdoor patios were all part of a larger effort to live in greater harmony with our environment. In our increasingly digital and indoor world, this principle reminds us of the deep human need for natural light, organic materials, and a connection to the world outside our windows for our own health and well-being. Finally, at its heart, American modern design is a style of optimism. It was born from a period of great hope, a belief that a better future could be shaped through thoughtful design and innovative thinking. The playful pops of color, the exciting new materials like molded plywood and plastics, and the space-age forms of the lighting fixtures were all expressions of this forward-looking spirit. This is a crucial lesson for us today. Your home should not be a static museum of the past. It should be a dynamic and joyful platform for your life as you live it now, and a supportive environment for the person you hope to become. It should be a space that fuels your creativity, promotes your well-being, and reflects your own hopes for the future. And so, our journey concludes. We have seen that American modern design is not simply a retro aesthetic to be copied. It is a set of enduring principles that can guide us toward a life that is simpler, more functional, more connected to nature, and more beautiful. The goal is not to create a perfect, time capsule replica of a 1950s home. The goal is to take these lessons and apply them in a way that is authentic to you. Use this knowledge to create your own personal sanctuary, a home that works for your lifestyle, reflects your personality, and brings you comfort and inspiration every single day. Thank you for joining me on this journey. The modern life, after all, is a life designed with purpose.